This is Allison Maruska, and today we're talking about how to make ads to use on Twitter or Facebook, graphics that you can use to promote your blog or your book or whatever else you want to do. The first thing you need to do is get your workspace open with a new blank file, and your pixels depends on what you are making. If you're making a graphic for Twitter, you want to go with 1024 on width, 512 on height, and you don't need to change anything else. That will give you that. Now, since I want to promote a book, and this is obviously the wrong orientation, I will need a background. This time I'm going to use a cover as my background, or part of the cover. So for an example, let's use Drake. Okay, his cover looks like that. Now I could drag this whole cover over to my other workspace and shrink it down. I'd have to do that twice though, because I have to do that for the main cover image. So just for the background, I'm going to just crop what I want. And I don't want the whole thing. Okay, come on. So just pick a part that looks cool. That would be good for a background, and it'll look like that. Now this isn't a permanent crop, so you don't need to worry about ruining your cover. And once you have your cropped part, you can go to Layout down here. In All Column, that puts your workspaces side by side. What I'm going to do is move this one over here with the moving tool. Just click it and you drag it over. Okay, now I'm going to go back over here for a second where I cropped it and click Undo. That gives me back my main cover. I'm going to need that in a second. Now over here, just so you can see the whole thing, I'm going to go back to Default. That's what it looks like as my background, and I'm actually happy with that. I can move it around if I want. If I don't want as much of his hair, or I want it to be darker, I might do that, but I think this looks kind of cool the way it is. So I'm going to leave it. Now I need the cover again, because that's what we want in front of readers' eyes, is the whole cover image. So this time I am going to click the whole thing over. Maybe. There we go. I'm all done with this, so I'm going to close it. We're not saving anything. That's a nice shot. So since this is the whole cover and it's much, much bigger than the workspace I've used, I have to drag this up until I get to a corner. See, there's my background. You can see it now. We're still dragging. Okay, there's my corner. Once you find the corner, you'll click on that and just drag that up towards the opposite corner and shrink it. Depending on how big your cover is, it will take a few times. And we're dragging and we're dragging. The nice thing about these big covers is they have really nice resolution, so your ads should look really good. Okay, so that's about the size I want. Make it a little bit smaller. And then you can put it wherever you want. Since this is Twitter size, his head's kind of over there. I might save the dark area for my review snippet that I want to put there, so I might just put the cover there. I can certainly move it later if I want to. Now I have all this space available for whatever I want to put in my ad. I like to use screenshots of reviews. So I'm going to go to my browser and go to Amazon. Go to the product page. Oops. don't think it matters which edition I use, but so I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to pick one that I would like to use for my ad. So the way you do that is you take a screenshot. I have to do a function print screen on my computer. It's kind of different on all computers. Print screen, however that looks for you, is how it will work. Okay, now I can go back to my Photoshop program. Now that I took a screenshot, I can go over here next to Open. New image from clipboard is where it will be. There it is. Now, kind of the crummy thing, since we're recording, my little screen overlapped with my reviews, but I'm going to pretend like that's not there right now. We're just going to crop around the one I want. Now we're going to go back to layout. This is how you drag all your layers together. Need my moving tool. I'm done with that. Now, if you were making an ad where you wanted to put several reviews in it, you could always go back and undo and then recrop the ones that you want. I'm only using the one right now, so I'm going to close that. We're going to pretend like that stripe isn't there. Okay, and there's my review right next to it. Now I could call this done. If I wanted to, I could take the brush tool over here, change my color to white. If I didn't want that read more thing on my, I gotta select the right layer. On my review, I could get rid of it this way. I could even get rid of that stripe, but it would still get in the way of the word there. And since I selected the layer, oops, I didn't do that. Thank goodness for undo. So you can change whatever you want to do on that. And I'm going to say this one is done, so I'll just go up here to save as. I always save it as a JPEG because they're much more universal than the Photoshop files. I made this for Twitter, so we're going to call this ad 2. Save it. Okay. And I probably won't use this one in real life because of that bar, but you get the idea. And that's how you make graphics for Twitter and Facebook.